but you little trade another day, little make another play. Little trade another day, little trade another day, little make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm tryna buy up everything, not gon' get upset, just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future, up early just like a rooster, eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do, buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna, cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams, wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Don't be scared, G, like paid in full, get your bread, B. Cold wallet full of crypto, yeah, Big Lebowski. Can't forget to tip the waitress, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Tupac told us about the changes, people hating on your greatness. Mansion looking hella spacious, shoes, they ain't got no laces. This the Aquarius age, life happen in different phases. Out with money, in with crypto, analog to digital. Could've been rich, but you was scared, what a imbecile. Say you want a miracle, but you bet the minimal. Should've bet it all, hell no, not the unthinkable. Grow some balls if you got a pair, man, I double dare you to put it all in the market. No sir, I'm not trying to scare you. Seeking and searching, I need some more money. AI is scary, make us look like dummies. Serious about profit, I need it, I'm hungry. My music all over, but I'm from the country. Bank account thicker than Manuka honey. Got multiple wallets, don't go in my pocket. Ether's a favorite, but I don't discriminate. Scared to get money, get the hell up out my face. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Win some, you lose some, little trade another day, little make another play. Win some, you lose some, little trade another, little trade another day. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day, little make another play. Little trade another day, little trade another, little trade another, little trade another day, little trade another, little trade another day, another day. You scared, you scared.
All right, check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Are we gonna get a pump or are we gonna get a dump? Are we gonna pump then dump? Is it gonna dump then we gonna pump? I don't know what it's gonna do, but guys, we're gonna be watching the charts today because we have the big FOMC meeting today. we have been looking forward to this because we're just curious, because it's kind of obvious they're gonna cut 25 basis points, but what's going to be the tone of the Fed? Is what is always that brings more of the volatility, is not necessarily if we're going to get a cut or not, but what the tone of the Fed is going to be and what their plan is going to be going forward in the next meetings, and just how they're going to span out going into, basically, I think more so in 2026 is what I'm interested in. Not this year. I'm way more interested in looking long term because of the nature of all of the liquidity that is coming into cryptocurrency right now. And basically, if you're here right now and you even have just a couple $1,000s in crypto, you are front running an entire giant, massive chunk of retail and the world investing in the bleeding edge of the new financial system. And this is what we are trying to keep our focus on. This is why we have the channel. This is why we're live streaming, because we think with all of the things with the capital, internet, money, markets, and meme coins, streamers, the pump fund thing, the SocialFi, DeFi, Web3, all this stuff, like all these companies that are going to be getting involved in crypto in so many different ways, whether it be with crypto gaming, super apps, sports betting, it's all going to be ran on chain. And so whether the feds are going to be dovish or hawkish or whatever in the short term, long term, I think ultimately the feds have no choice but to kind of signal like that the economy hasn't really been doing that great in terms of jobs. The dollar doesn't look very good, and they have no choice but to cut, kind of like everyone else. So everyone else's interest rates are below 3% right now in terms of like central banks and, with the world fund rates of different countries. So we're currently at a 4.5% funding rate, and we are trying to get it, I think, below possibly to a whole percent by January. So let's see what they do. Let's see how the tone is. But if you see the picture in the background, we will be fighting strong with the Bitcoin shield, and we just need to be bullish long-term crypto. So welcome, my friends. I hope you are enjoying yourself so far. We are just doing an off the dome intro, just getting you guys feeling bullish, But let's check on the price, because basically what's happening here is liquidation levels being respected. And so we've been watching this max pain of Bitcoin liquidations happening for longs, because right now, I think more so than anything, the market is eyeing to liquidate those longs. So if you see the longs, the max pain for long liquidations is going to happen at 114,951. And then on the other side of this, shorts max pain is at 118. And if you think about it, the markets would love to time this perfectly with the volatility of the FOMC meeting and people trying to figure out where to trade this, where the bottom's going to end up being. And you can see here, where is that level? Well, it's like right on that wick. It's basically right on this range of actually the Fibonacci here. And then you can see there's this level right here is right at this recent support. And also we just wicked down pretty close to this particular candle here, which is also where I'm sure a lot of longs got liquidated trying to trade this range. So we're looking at the 45-minute right now. If you look at the 5-minute, you can kind of see we have to see if this is going to sustain, because if not, I think the market will probably, since we're closer here to the longs being liquidated than the market liquidating the shorts up top. Because look, if we break this, then shorts are going to get liquidated massively, and then we'll crush up to the Fibonacci level, the 1618, which is the 119,000. So I would imagine we're probably going to liquidate the longs first. That's just my guess. So I have a limit order set here to try and catch that level at 114,978, give or take. give a dog a bone, whatever here. So I might even move it right up here so I can try and get like even just right there, because I think it's going to just bounce, or it could violently bounce off of this level, and then we go to the upside. So I'm thinking dump, which we're doing right now. We do a little dump and then we pump. What do you guys think? I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your concerns. Let me know your concerns. Is this just another day in crypto for you? Because it is for me. But if you are just still enjoying yourselves and you're having fun, you're being positive, and you're just steadily accumulating, you're not going to let the FOMC volatility get you all worked up. You know, we're just looking, hey, we know that historically FOMC days have its volatility. We have a very volatile market open, and then it cools off. You got to remember the meeting and the news actually of whatever they're going to decide comes out about 15 minutes before 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then afterwards is when we really get the market moves. And then that's when, you know, we're going to basically know if we're going to continue in an uptrend, or are we going to go into a sell-off downtrend. And if in any case, I think this could be about, I don't know, I guess it's about, it could, because you just don't know. I mean, we could rip from here. We could rip from here, but we just got to see. There's no volume. The volume's really low right now. So I think, like I said, the liquidation levels could be really telling right now in terms of where the price could be going to. So we'll zoom in again here. We'll show you that right now I would be setting some alerts at 115,000, you know, maybe right there above this particular area of max pain for longs getting liquidated. But you got to look at this though too, is there's a lot of liquidations that are going to happen at 118,276. So those are going to be some key levels as well to watch. So let's look at some, let's check on the Ethereum quant for today. We have a ChatGPT Ethereum quant that we like to get updates from, so we see how well it can do. And let me know if you guys are doing this too, or if you're using AI and turning specific chats into, like you'll tell it like, you're this creator, like you are now my expert at this. You're going to give me updates on this. And so that's kind of how I've been using AI, is I use each chat. And so if I've been building on it, I'll say, you are now my Ethereum quant. You are going to give me the most recent updates and news and you know, ecosystem updates. And you can do this across the board for anything. And it's cool. You can also tell it to auto update as well, and it works most of the time. Sometimes you have to re-prompt it to do so, but I had it on a regular schedule of sending me every 3 or 4 hours an update in a particular chat. So if you haven't tried that yet, I suggest you do it, because then you'll start to really get the flow and get a good workflow on whatever you're doing. Okay, so key updates and themes today is ETH is trading around 4,418, 4,500, showing modest daily declines. This is based off of the ETH ETFs, like the ETFs. We haven't checked the panel in a little bit, so let's see how the ETH ETF flows have been, if they've kind of slowed down, or if they slowed down a little bit. You know, they were buying on the 12th at the end of the week last week, and then on the 15th here had some buying, but then nothing too crazy yesterday. It's definitely slowed the pace. And then we could probably look at the same with Bitcoin. Pace wasn't really slowed. I mean, it looks like they've been actually flowing a little bit more into Bitcoin now. They're kind of switching it up. And then you could also look at the ETF flows here on so value. You can see how the ETFs have been flowing. If you want to check out the prices and go a little bit more in depth on that. All right, let's see. ETH flow institutional behavior. About 360 million in inflows were recorded for ETH. and surpassing BTC ETFs on that day, but sustained institutional interests being watched as a signal. So notably, institution whale wallets have been accumulating. And this is interesting. 226,000 ETH left centralized exchanges in the past week. So this has also been happening with Bitcoin too, where Bitcoin and ETH have been slowly on a chart. If you looked at it on a chart on a graph, it's like the ETH balance has been going like this. It's been going down, and the price of ETH has been going up, and the same with Bitcoin. Price of Bitcoin has gradually been going up over time, over the past, and this is like on a 7-year cycle. I think it was tracking this, like over the past 7 years, you know, the balance of ETH and balance of Bitcoin on major exchanges has been trending down while the price has been going up. So does that going to trigger a supply shock or supply crunch where we have like massive accumulation happening, especially during this particular cycle in this part of the market? You know, we have better regulatory clarity, we have more liquidity coming in, we have more stable coins. There's just all of this stuff as like the perfect catalyst for us to continue to grow. So, but what is that going to do if at the same time people are taking off that much ETH and Bitcoin off the exchanges? I mean, is that going to make price go up? Well, we hope so. We hope so. All right, so let's look at, let's go to danocrypto.com. Make sure you guys go to danocrypto.com. We're going to be, and also this website's really fun because right when you go onto, and even on the mobile, you will get the Bitcoin trivia machine. So anyone who's new to crypto, if you just tell them to go to danocrypto.com, they'll immediately get a test that they have to take. And it's a little trivia machine where it just asks you questions and you get a reward at the end. So you just go through that, you know, what is Bitcoin, you know, type of cryptocurrency, who created it, Bill Gates, Satoshi Nakamoto, what is the maximum supply of Bitcoin? 21 million. What technology underpins Bitcoin? Is it AI? Is it quantum computing? No, it's blockchain. So what is a Satoshi? The smallest unit of Bitcoin. Love it. What is Bitcoin mining? It's the process of verifying Bitcoin transactions. And when was Bitcoin created? It's 2009, right out of the financial crash of 2008. What is a popular Bitcoin wallet? So it's just, you know, Coinbase. What is a Bitcoin halving? A method of storing Bitcoin? An event that doubles the Bitcoin supply? An event that reduces the reward for mining by half? What is the symbol for Bitcoin? Is the ticker Bitcoin or is it BTC? And then, congratulations, you won a Bitcoin. One day when people, you know, when I have enough Bitcoin, I will be able to just reward people with actual pieces of Bitcoin when they take this. And if they answer everything correctly, then they would be able to claim, you know, like, I don't know, 1,000 sats or something like that. Or 10,000 sats. What do you think? Okay, so when you go to Dano Crypto, you can click on Dano Crypto as the tab, and then you'll actually get the crypto bubbles. And recently, this MYX Finance has been pumping. It's at a $3.4 billion market cap. I have no idea what's going on with this thing, but the damn thing is going. It's you know, out of everything right now in the top 100, seems to be doing pretty well. And then if you look on the weekly, we've had Pump up 40%. Ceros, I'm not sure what that is, 27%. We got Monero up 9.4%. IMX up 29%. We told you guys about Immutable, how like the gaming infrastructure that they've been building for the past couple of years, and supplying all the necessary things that any crypto gaming company would love to have. Immutable provides that, and I think they probably do it probably the best, and it's going to be easy for them to just get a lot of market share. And so if you're wanting to invest in crypto gaming, you think you know you're bullish on that, then I would be looking in the direction of IMX, but then send you down the rabbit hole and you can see what else is, you know, kind of doing the same thing. And then you got Mantle up 10%. Mantle is one of those coins that's in the World Liberty Financial wallet. as one of their bullish altcoins, along with Tron and Ondo. Then you got Doge up 8.7% on the week, on the daily up 1.9%. And so, yeah, looking pretty good. And then I just want to remind you guys, I really need to keep this updated, but I really want to try and get the algorithm going for the search engine optimization. So when people are just like searching in Google and they type in Feds or economy or markets or whatever, they'll see this and they'll see my blog post, and then you can just click and watch the YouTube. I really need to keep this updated, but right here, I really want to try. And there you go. So hopefully that will drive more traffic to the YouTube channel. I started to learn a couple things here, watching some other YouTube channels, that they get views by teaching other people how to get views on YouTube, which I love. That niche on YouTube is like, you are making a channel that talks about how you can beat the algorithm, and naturally small YouTubers and people that are making a channel will want to watch that. So then they end up getting the algorithm for their channel. So it's great. It works. It's almost like it's a perfect system in a way that you can build a channel by trying to help other people build their channels. It's like selling a course on how to make courses. I have a course on how to build a course, and you're going to pay me to teach you how to make courses, but you're also taking a course. It's hilarious. But what I've been learning is that YouTube's algorithm works very, very intricately. And so if you don't let it do, it's funny. If you don't let YouTube cook for you, if you don't let just YouTube cook for your video and you block it, you can actually hurt your progression of the video by sharing it on another platform, or making it to where someone is clicking on it from, say, Facebook or Twitter or wherever you're sharing it from, and then it brings them directly to the video. YouTube actually hates that. They actually want people to, and your video hates it too, they actually want people to find it naturally, and you want the algorithm to find the right people to get to your video. And if you don't let YouTube do that, and I've been guilty of just being excited, I want to share out my live stream, I want to share the content, and this is probably what has hurt a little bit of my progression with certain videos. And I did it. I tested something. I tested it with this particular video that I posted about the XL1 and the XYO layer 1 launch. And what I did is I would upload it immediately, but I let it sit for like 30 minutes or like 45 minutes or so before I actually posted it, let it like do its thing. I didn't share it to X. I didn't share it on any social media. I just posted a thumbnail on X and encouraged people to go and find it on YouTube. And also I made sure that the tags, there were no extra tags taking it away from the direct thing that I was talking about, which was XYO. And so what it does is it makes it to where when people type in XYO on YouTube, my video should technically, with the algorithm and everything that I did to marinate the video, it should work in my favor. So I'm going to test this, and we're going to type in XYO, and you can see that it actually, dang, it worked. So here's my video. It's on the first page. So I posted it 23 hours ago. It's already got 262 views. So that's great. It's got a lot of likes on it. And I think that really helped with just kind of dialing that in and nailing that in. So if you're a content creator and you're trying to figure this out yourself too, and you're trying to figure out how the algorithm is going to either reward you or punish you, this might be the trick. You just let it cook, like let it find the people, and make sure you are helping it in a way to find those people to watch the video. Because here's an example right here. This person on the same day, it's an account called Data Dash. They made a video about XYO, and it's the first video that pops up when you click XYO. Now, look at how many subscribers this account has. 511,000 subscribers. They have a lot of subscribers, okay? So this is like how, and they have 923 views, but then you go to my page and then you click, and I have almost close, pretty damn close ratio of views, but then you look at my subscribers. So you see how once you kind of crack in, you start to crack in that algorithm, though I could convert these people into subscribers, and that's what you should be like kind of focusing on too. And just consistently every video that you're putting out, you're making sure you're targeting exactly the people that want that would be interested in this video, you know? So it looks like it works. So these tests are great, and it's a great way to just see your metrics and see how you can get better. All right, so let's see if this, man, I'm telling you, this volatility right now, they're really gonna chop people up because you're gonna see false moves. I mean, look, I got stopped out, you know, thinking that was gonna be close to the bottom, and you can see where they're gonna chop traders up with this FOMC. And if anything, this would be the dump leading into the FOMC, and then we bounce from here. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin right now in terms of the FOMC. This is how the market is looking right now. Top news: Fed focus, markets brace for a 25 basis point cut, but dot plot and Powell's tone on jobs versus inflation could signal 2-3 more cuts in 2025. So this is what's interesting, is that, like, are the Feds going to finally admit that the market in terms of the jobs and inflation looks like crap? The labor data revisions show 911,000 fewer jobs added in prior years. And so Jordan just came into the chat. He said, Jordan Shirtleft said, bro, I turned $100 into 4K, then lost it all. Hey, I've done the same thing. You think you're the only one that's done that? I turned $100 into like 8,000 in my first like trading run of getting into trading back in like 2022, 2023, and I didn't even realize what I did. I at a point, because it was the first time I really had like a good streak, I don't even think my brain even recognized what I even did, and I took it for granted. And I took some profits, you know. I actually I at least like got some out, but yeah, no, I totally screwed it up. And then, not to mention, you think you'd learn your lesson after doing that, but no, I did it again, where I've turned $1,000 into 10,000, and then that was right at the peak of the Trump pump. And then you obviously, I mean, look, we'll go to the chart, and instead of me shorting, I like doubled down on my longs and was being so irresponsible and broke all my rules. And then you see what happened with Bitcoin in the Trump pump in January. It was it wasn't very fun. That would have been the absolute prime time to short, but yeah. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's completely necessary for you to do this. So then you learn that you trade less, find your edge in where you can just where you're figuring out your coins that you want to DCA into, and just try and just like almost double down on doing that, because the accumulation in the DCA strategy is really what's going to outperform anything of us trying to trade. And it's not to say that we shouldn't at least give it a shot. Yeah, and it's fear and greed. Yeah, 100% fear and greed, King Louis. It really is. It's like you're either trading out of scarcity or fear, or you're getting too greedy. You're not realizing like what you have, and realizing that the market is giving you a very short window to be able to like take what you got. And if you don't, there's going to be it's that whole term like pigs get slaughtered. Like that's what happens. You can't become the pig in the pin. You got to be, you have to be like, who's the, you got to be like Babe. You got to be like Babe. You got to be like Babe. You got to get out of that pin. You got to get on the show. You don't want to get slaughtered. But I forget this. I used to watch Babe way back in the day. I hope Babe wasn't like a Bambi style where it got killed. I can't remember. I hope not. Please remind me of how Babe actually, like what happened. But yeah, no, it's really like DCAing is going to be where we are going to really outperform everything. Like for instance, like I've narrowed it down to coins that I'd like to get balances in. Recently, I want to accumulate some XL1. There's a lot of opportunities, I think, for this when in terms of staking XYO to earn some XL1. It's the layer 1 token for the XYO ecosystem. So I'm accumulating some of that. I want to add that to my bag. Nakamoto Games has been building all kinds of stuff with their crypto gaming app and their dashboard and mobile gaming and putting out games that are play to earn, very much like arcade style. I actually really like it. I think they're going to do well. I think they could get some decent market share when crypto gaming starts to pump again. Medieval Empire, same thing. I think it's kind of a little bit of a sleeper, crypto gaming ecosystem. Definitely a utility in the token. It's not just like it's not like a meme coin. It's actually like it's got decent utility for it. Orca, I think Orca could go to $20, $25. I mean, you think like Solana ecosystem continues to get market share. And if you are on the case that Solana could even, not to say that's like Solana's guaranteed to go to $1,000, but in the next few years, I would say worst case scenario, it'd at least go to 800, like close to what BNB was priced at just recently. BNB's breaking all-time highs, going over, over $1,000 pretty much, or close to $1,000. So I don't see any reason why Solana couldn't get to bearish case scenario 600. So with that being said, I think Orca could really, in terms of dexes and launch pads and all that stuff, will get a lot of value, because we've seen when Solana was just priced and getting a lot of volume, and we saw what Orca did during those points. So I think it's important to pay attention to the dexes on any protocol that you're bullish on, and just make sure that you might have a little bit of exposure to them, because it's just, you're basically betting on the revenue being generated and the fees and all that stuff on these particular protocols that are just like the default protocols that people are picking when they choose to use Solana. And same thing when it comes to Ethereum. That's how you're investing in Ethereum. Same kind of concept. Brett, I think the fact that it hasn't been listed on Coinbase yet isn't bearish, but I think it's ultimately bullish, because without the listing, it's still been able to do well, whilst other ones that have been listed on Coinbase, their charts look like garbage. So at a point, Coinbase will probably list Brett in some fashion, but they're probably trying to figure out the best way to do it. Maybe there's something in the background. We don't know what's happening, why they haven't listed it, but it makes sense that Brett being the most popular traded meme coin on Base, that we've still are on this thought process, and you can go back. I have the freaking receipts that literally at the exact time that Crashy's Clay was becoming bullish on Brett and talking about Brett a week, like if you look at the timeline, like we were talking about at the same time. The difference is he doubled down and really actually went ham on it, and I didn't. That's the difference. So that's the difference. He made a lot of money. I didn't double down, and I didn't make a lot of money. I actually got fudded out of Brett and was very like, okay, I don't know if is it a scam? And then it ended up just being vampire attacks. And lo and behold, it ends up going over $2 billion. Crazy. So I still think Brett has the potential to probably at least touch up to that again, or who knows? I mean, it could get to 10 billion. It can get to SHIB levels. And then we have we've explained our thesis on certain meme coins and why we think they're going to do what they do, but that's just my opinion. You don't have to, obviously, don't have to agree. You probably have your own memes. Like, for instance, there, someone in here, I think it was Ozzy. He's like, he is so bullish on this UFO gaming. That's like his, like, this thing got destroyed. It got killed. So he's like, hey, I'm DCAing into this thing because you never know. It might just be this gem that just blows up and hits. And I know we might all have something like that in our wallet that, it's like our little sleeper. It's like our little sleeper coin. Ours, which is not I don't think is a sleeper, I think is a mega mammoth that is in our portfolio, is our biggest meme balance, is ticker Bitcoin. And honestly, I think we could care less if it does well or not. I mean, that's the chance that you have to take with a lot of these things, is like, you just have to be willing to have everything go to zero, mentally prepare yourself. Like, imagine if you had all this crypto and it did go to zero, how would you feel? Would you start over again? What would you do? How would you feel if everything went to zero? We've probably already felt that. We've actually had that happen already a few times. So we might as well continue. We might as well continue on the journey, is the point I'm trying to make here. Dogecoin as a DCA is great. I think Dogecoin as a dollar cost average meme coin, pretty solid. Jordan, if you're at zero, I suggest you just start over. I don't even care what you have to do. Get a freaking credit card, max out your credit cards. I don't care. Go get a second job. You need to, whatever you're doing for work, you need to do more of it, and you need to get more capital. Does grandma can you get money from grandma? Like, I'm not even lying. I'm not even joking with you, Jordan. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, you do whatever you got to do to get back in. I don't care what you have to do. You get back in. You know how many times I've had a bag of crypto and then something stupid, like life stuff or just like things that you just have to pay for and there's just no extra money. I've had to sell my crypto so many stupid times. Oh my gosh. Well, Jordan, Lord, well, I am praying for you and your grandma. Holy moly. I was making gosh. Why'd you have to hit me like that, Jordan? I was trying. Well, man, I'm sorry to hear that. And may your grandma rest in peace. And you said it was expected. Okay. Either way, still it's your grandma. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well and you guys are coping with it. Well, that's never an easy thing. But I would wager to bet that your grandma wants you to be massively rich and successful. Your grandma would want you to be super happy, successful, thriving, and to not let something like maybe you getting liquidated get you down. So, in the spirit of your grandma, you're going to move forward. How about that, Jordan? In the spirit of your grandma, you're going to move forward. Okay. So, that's interesting. The only coin that's interesting, the current active boosts for XYO. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't see that video that I made, you should check it out. It's a great video. The only thing that I realized that I said when I made I thought I said look backs. There's like a something that they do in the blockchain called look backs, where they can, I guess they can retrieve, they can retrieve data or something like that. But I said lockbacks, and I was like, oh my gosh. Someone pointed it out. They were like, lockbacks, okay, bro. And I was like, yeah. Yep, I realized what I said. That one slipped through the crack. All right, so XL1 is trading on Kraken, Gate, and a few other exchanges. I'd like to see it on Coinbase. I don't know why Coinbase didn't list it. They should go ahead and get those listings cranking. But you can see here it actually, instead of it doing this, which I thought it was going to kind of bounce a little bit and maybe continue up a little bit of momentum, it did what I said. It, like the bearish case scenario, went down, and now it just started to go. It was like, all right, flatlining, and then boom, it went right back up to test into where we had previous resistance. Now it's staircasing. So I told you guys it's probably gonna be a little slow build. We're gonna see some volatility with this. I think any TGE never looks good. Any TGE with a token always kind of looks like crap. There's gonna be sellers. There's gonna be people that have tokens that they're gonna want to sell at profit, like at whatever point. So you can see here, nice little wick here. I think World Liberty Financial kind of looked the same. It was like, it was chopping all over the damn place when the first couple of days. We got the Moon Alpha. We got Moon Man Alpha in the house watching on Rumble. So shout out to anyone who is watching on Rumble. Rumble in the jungle with Dano. Dang, I should actually name my live streams that. Rumble in the jungle with Dano. Holy crap. That probably would actually get me more views on Rumble. I think I have like 10 followers on Rumble, but I don't see like there's just like, in terms of people that watch crypto content, like I think if we're going to be honest, YouTube still has the most viewers interested in crypto content, or let's just say financial content in general, whether it be with traditional market stocks, stonks, memes, crypto. Definitely it seems like there's still more people on YouTube that are interested in that content. I think also, but there are people on Rumble that are curious about this as well, but it just doesn't seem as prevalent, even though these other platforms, they have a crypto tag now. So like if you want to actually put your videos in a specific, category, you can pick crypto. Whereas YouTube, it doesn't have that. It's like entertainment, news, education. Like I think kind of how it still categorizes stuff in terms of that. It's not as intricate. You can have that copyright you have the copyright to that, brother. Rumble in the jungle with Dano, and then I could play the Welcome to the Jungle song. We'll remix Welcome to the Jungle. When am I coming to Ireland? I almost made I gotta man my mind. My mind works quick, but sometimes you don't want to match that with your mouth, because then you end up saying something that you will regret later. No, I would love to go to Ireland. I would love to go castle tours and walk around the valleys and the grass and the grassy knolls, and oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. I think it'd be cool. That is, I am German Irish. Like that's like my descent is like I have a lot of I have some German Irish, Welsh. And if you really know your history, the Irish actually saved civilization. They were the reason why we even like we're able to keep some of the books that we have and knowledge and things like that because they directly in the back when things were being censored, or basically they were trying to censor stuff, they were trying to destroy stuff. So the European monarch, like they were basically just trying to eradicate like whole like sections of history. And think about like the Library of Alexander is like kind of like that kind of level of stuff. So I have this book. It's actually called How the Irish Saved Civilization, and it goes into how the Irish were basically a major catalyst in preserving a lot of history and heritage. So shout out to the Irish. Pretty cool book. I try to see if I can find it. I'd love to go to grab it and show you. All right, are we gonna hit? Oh man, are we gonna bounce from this, man? I just don't want to get faked out. But that was probably it. That was the one. Dang, because we closed it. We closed it here. Oh gosh, is it gonna really smack us like that? That's some crap. Because I don't want to chase this thing. I don't want to chase this. I just want to get an entry before the FOMC, man. Is that too much to ask? I just want an entry before the FOMC. Can you just calm down, Bitcoin? Calm down. I really don't want to chase this thing, but who cares? We're chasing it. We're going to chase it. I'd be very frustrated to then get stopped out again and it go exactly to the level that I was calling before. So, but that's trading, my friends. That is trading. But the liquidation is right under this level. So, I mean, if they really wanted to max pain the entire market, they actually would bring it to 114,000 on the money. They would just go, yeah, let's destroy these guys. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But even then, if we hit right here and we bounce from here, we would still be okay. It's true. All right, so this is why I think we should be super bullish on the future and macro of crypto, because there's a massive cash wall that's going to be coming into crypto. And a lot of cash has still been on the sidelines, and it might not feel like it. Like I know in some sectors, like we've been seeing the inflows, we've been seeing the cash, we've been seeing all the news articles, like in the headlines, this company's investing this company's investing this in a treasury, they're bullish ETH, this company's bullish Bitcoin, they're acquiring this. So, but what you have to understand is that there's still a ton of money still kind of not fully positioned yet. There's still massive amounts of money that still isn't really positioned yet. So $7 trillion in money market funds could shift to stocks and crypto post cuts, but institutional emergency funds may stay put. So that's the thing. So I think there's still a ton. So what this is showing me is there's still a ton of cash on the sidelines. So the geopolitical and tariffs, there's doubts over Trump tariffs legality, and this weighs on bonds and stocks. See, Poland invokes NATO Article 4 after Russian drone attack. Oh man, I didn't know that happened. Okay, so sector moves in tech. Oracle is up 5%. We mentioned about Oracle. Oh man, Oracle is up 5% on TikTok deal rumors. So this is interesting. Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation of who's really actually going to be purchasing TikTok, who's going to be controlling TikTok in terms of the United States, or if we're going to be even able to use TikTok in the United States. Oracle up 5% on this, and AI stocks resilient. Bonds rally on a 20-year yield auction success. Let's see. September, will the Fed project 2 or 3 cuts in 2025? Because if you look at the FOMC meetings, we have October and December where we could be cutting, each meeting, and then into January. But then I think where we're going to see some of the biggest runs, like just knowing that we're going to be starting to tear up into next year, is in January, February, and March of 2026. Because I'm not going to compare 2024's. I'm not going to compare the January, February, March of this year to next year's January, February, March. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm going to compare it to the January, February, and March of 2024. That's what I'm going to, because this is how this market is moving. It's not tearing up, it's staircasing. And so what it is, it's faking us out, making us think that, oh yeah, that was it. And then we should be looking at the 4-year cycle. Wrong. It's not going to happen like that now anymore. The market is staircasing, and it's actually represented the best by looking at the Bitcoin rainbow chart. This is where we had tear-ups because there wasn't as much. There wasn't coin, like it all was going to primarily Bitcoin and some altcoins, but most of these markets were primarily driven by Bitcoin's halving and success of and the tokenomics, the fundamentals of Bitcoin in those times. Completely different market structures. Now we have stable coins, we have trillions of dollars coming into crypto, and we've basically just been going sideways since 2022. I'm going to say it. We've been going sideways technically since 2022. Where in this chart do you see past or near this halving of us doing this, ripping to the red? Nowhere. So what does that tell me? We have been staircasing to the upside, which means at a point when we get to in the middle of this right here, which is January, February, March, or March and April of 2026, we will then now be in the red, because at that point we're going to staircase back into the orange, which is the FOMO intensifies, and then we're going to start getting in that territory where we're going to be at like over $150,000, $200,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin. Sounds crazy? Not that crazy. Look at the chart. Why would I be thinking that it's over right here when we haven't even touched the red? We're not even near the red. And I look at my portfolio, and I just look at my portfolio in terms of percentage gains, and I'm like, yeah, not even close. Like I'm not taking profits until we start to like we're in some like we're in mega moves. We're in like mega moves. Makes me think at that point, we technically, we've been in altcoin season since right here, since basically, the beginning of August, like right here where we bought them, and then we started going into being in altcoin season. Now, you can see we're correcting, but at a point we're gonna get some spikes up into the 80s. I wonder at any point, have we gotten up into the hundreds? Yeah, we might then see we've spiked up into these areas, into the hundreds. But see, I'm just overall bullish macro crypto in general. I have my ecosystems that I'm following that I'm hoping get the best like asymmetric upside. One of them being Pulse Chain. One of them being XYO. Both of these ecosystems have their own layer 1 and token and all that stuff. So alongside with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and like the mega, the big, blue chip altcoins and market cap stuff in crypto, which I'm very much interested in and following, like for instance, like AVAX and Chainlink and Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin. I love it. I'm going to hold these things. Like, I'm very much interested in those coins. I love Pepe. But when it comes to like I think the underdogs, I'm going with Pulse Chain and XYO and sticking to those for my ecosystems that I want to focus on and that I think have the most, if anything's going to get the most upside, asymmetric upside from where it's at right now, I've just picked these. And then Ticker Bitcoin's kind of the same in terms of a meme that I think has like a good kind of asymmetric upside from the bottom, going to, break all-time highs, with like a pretty much clean 4 or 5x that has been presented on the chart multiple times. Pepe looks good. Whales are accumulating. I actually, Headband, I'll give you credit, Headband. Headband, apparently he's been doing some on-chain investigating, and he found where apparently Wintermute is accumulating this monopoly money, this token money, where it's going to be rebranded into Zera, and they're trying to do a ZKP true offline currency. He says that he found it. I'd love to go to the screenshot that you sent me, Headband. I'd have to pull it up on Telegram. Excuse me a minute. I'm like, I got boiled eggs right here. I did not eat breakfast. There's a yap in my mouth. I had a meeting with the Democrats. It's funny. I'm not a Democrat myself, but I've helped the Democrats a lot in their meetings and events, which I love. Like, over the years, I have helped out the Democrats with a bunch of stuff when it comes to like their town halls or meetings or panels and stuff like that. So you guys can never tell me that I'm some like, extreme conservative Republican Trump lover or whatever. Don't you dare. I'm gonna be helping them with a local live stream. But yeah, this chart looks good. 3,300 holders. I was curious, what's the minimum? Let's see who's buying like $10,000 worth. Like, I think this was the wallet. And see, that's the thing, guys. Like, you don't have to be like, people are so extreme, like, and here's the thing. I'm in a band and I play with people that they do not agree with me at all on some things in terms of like politics or whatever, or Trump or whatever. But I love them so much. They're some of my best friends. I enjoy playing music with them, and it's just like, we respect each other. We don't agree on everything, but I think that's the beautiful thing. Like, and so, and one of the members is gay. It's like, it just, added on, it's like, none of that has ever bothered me. And I've always been a person, like, I judge people like by like if they're a good person, like they have like good character. I'm a good judge of a person. I don't, this whole like the labeling thing gets a little squirrely sometimes, but I try to be like a good example of not being too judgy on people. You have to do your best. So you would hope the same for yourself, Yeah. you just want to, we all want to live peacefully. Hopefully you do. Okay, let's see if we can find where it says Wintermute. Wintermute. Where did you find it? What wallet was it? Was it like, how much was in the wallet? Because Headband said he saw where it was being transferred from Wintermute and they were accumulating. There it is. I found it. Here it is, Headband. Dang. Okay, Wintermute hot wallet. They transferred 460 Sol at $113,000 3 days ago into this particular wallet, and then they started. And then they accumulated 11,949 money 3 days ago as well. And then let's see where else then they accumulated their DCAing into wrapped Sol and money. They're just buying money. Dang. Okay, Headband. All right, you got me peaked. You got my interest peaked. Now, you got it peaked. This wallet, if you guys want to track this wallet too, we found this wallet that is proof Wintermute hot wallet has accumulated. Holy crap! All right, Headband. I'll give it to you. Dang. Okay, let's see if any ticker Bitcoin is being bought in the amounts of. Oh, we got GB in the house. Who's so who's watching on X right now? Who's watching on X? We got GB. Oh, Headband's watching on X. I just noticed, yeah, you have the X on your handle. So you're watching on X as well. And I guess some of you guys, you prefer to watch it on X than you do on YouTube. All right, let's see. We'll do 10,000 minimum buy for ticker Bitcoin. We got one day ago, someone bought $11,274. Let's see this wallet. This wallet has 73,029 tokens. Stakes.finance. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Why doesn't it show me all their tokens? Oh, well, okay. I guess they don't have those tokens in there anymore. Let's see. Let's look at this one. 4 days ago, bought 14,000. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I forgot to do that. I don't want to annoy the Telegram too much. I don't want to be too shilly in there. But if you guys were in the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu Telegram yesterday, you saw the absolute banger of a burger that I made. It was actually probably one of the best burgers I've ever made. It was a turkey burger, and I called it the Island Turkey. And it was a perfectly seared turkey burger, seasoned perfect with melted Swiss cheese. And I made my own onion rings with sweet Vidalia onions, and I made my own breading. I breaded up the onion rings, topped the burger with onion rings, chopped up pineapple, and I made a raspberry spicy jam mayo sauce to go with it. Bacon, crispy bacon, and then lettuce. It was out of this world. It was just insane. It tasted so good. And then I made some Brussels sprouts on the side that were cooked in the bacon fat from the bacon that I cooked. So you can imagine this, it was just insanely good. Just ridiculously good. Okay, that's not revealing any of the tokens either. It's so weird. That one isn't. Cow protocol. Someone using cow. Oh yeah, isn't cow? Does cow protocol? I think sometimes hide. Doesn't it? Some of these things they hide the transactions. I don't know what just happened.
Hey everyone.
Hey everyone. Oh my gosh. What the heck? There we go. We got Ranchin in the house. How's that coffee, by the way? Be honest. It was the last 2 bags. And I'm curious, is it, how did it brew up? We've actually been thinking, how could we fund Beancoin? Because if you guys remember, you know, we have this brand that we really still want to do. It's going to be our crypto coffee brand. We love coffee. We've always loved coffee. We love doing barista stuff. And I think having a crypto coffee brand is just, it's just smart. It's a great way to build a community around a particular thing and a collectible, which would be the token, to be airdropped. Branding, the merch, being able to use it as a catalyst to set up booths at crypto events. I think I want to stream on Pump Fun and try and raise funds to be able to set up a liquidity pool, to be able to fund like some merch, to be able to fund roasting the coffee, like getting the coffee roasted, just stuff like that. I would like to do, and then it'd be cool to maybe like some of the money that we raise, we can donate to like growers, farmers, like if there's like the growers alliance or something that we can like a portion goes to like sustainable like farmers like who aren't getting paid enough. Like, I don't know, I bet there's something out there. But yeah, I don't know. This is kind of how I thought about it in my thought process of why you could be bullish on something like pump fund streams, or this being able to raise money or capital for whatever your idea is or business. You could access it through Pump Fund. Worth a shot. I mean, you never know. And I wouldn't be Beancoin just needs some good fucking that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Any sentiments on Algorand? I don't follow Algorand. I'm not invested in Algorand. I don't follow it. I'll tell you what I do follow. I'm very interested where XRP is going, you know, truth be told. I'm interested in where XYO is going. I'm interested in where Monero is going. I'm also interested in Sonic because, like, you know, this whole rebrand from Phantom to Sonic, I'm like, are we going to do anything? I mean, is it like, what's going to happen here? I'm interested in Sui. I'm interested in Solana, Shiba Inu. I'm interested in old school metaverse stuff like Sand and Mana. I think that's fun to still follow. The Solana ecosystem stuff, Ray. But I do have Algo here. Look, here's Algorand. Let's see on the weekly. I don't know. What do you think? If I'm going to pick, like if I had $1,000 and someone said, what do you want to buy that starts with an A? I would probably pick AVAX. Because here's all my A stuff. Here's Aave, ADA, AGI, Algorand, Aptos, Arbitrum, AVAX. Out of all of them, I think the one that I would probably pick is AVAX and Arbitrum. And so I've showed you guys these before where they have these, these W patterns, these Wyckoff accumulation patterns in the chart on Arbitrum and AVAX. And if you look at Aptos, or sorry, not Aptos, Algorand, it kind of has that same thing going on where you see that, but then it really consolidated that back down. But then you can see over on the weekly here, there's more so it's actually showing up more right here and this was the bigger time frame, longer extended Wyckoff, and then you can see here where it did it again, and then now it's in that consolidation phase. And usually the breakout is about the length of this from the consolidation, because it brings it back up to previous resistance. So we're just in a point where you gotta find a bottom. You find a bottom in the wedge. You're finding a bottom in the wedge here, and at a point it'll need to break out. Could it break up to 45 cents? Yeah. I mean, why not? Maybe we'll draw some lines here. How far could it go? Could it touch the trend here? Could it go down as far as here and then go? $236 is at 22 cents. So probably if it hits that 22 cents and that's the bounce point, that's the trigger, then it would trade up into the 618. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, 618 trade up to the 42 cents. So yeah, actually, like Algorand, in terms of it kind of finding a bottom here, you could probably get a decent entry. Now that I'm actually charting this and looking at it in did you know if you hold down the left click that pops up? I just figured this out. If you hold down your left click on the mouse, it gives you all the Fibonacci levels, just right there. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, I like drawing lines on the charts too. We all like to draw lines, but the lines that make the best, the lines that are going to make the most sense is support and resistance. So draw all your lines where you're going to see support and resistance, and then we'll talk, But yeah, actually, you know what? Algorand as a potential alt trade actually would not look too bad. Yeah, I didn't really understand it too much, but all you got to know is that it's just institutional adoption. It's institutional grade accumulation, and that's how they do it. It's not going to be a big pump and a dump and a big pump dump. It's more so like it's got a run up, okay? And then you can see how this was an established bottom. You know, this was an established kind of support from this candle from here, a range, broke up from here. And now if you were to just go basically like measure this move from that trend and pull it from here, that's essentially where they want it to go, but they're not going to go like, it's not going to do this. It's not going to go like this. It's not going to go like that. That's too violent. That's not how institutions are accumulating. It is going to run up like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks leading up to this year, in the beginning of the year. Of course, we're going to get a downturn, but then it's not going to be a major candle to the downside. They're going to slowly offload, find the bottom, and then they have two different opportunities to reaccumulate, load up, and then they're going to send it. Then they send it. Then they send it to the upside. So really, what we want to look for when we see that W pattern, if we can get any entries, it doesn't even matter. I don't care where it is here. I don't care. We'll put it in the middle of the range. From the 236, they're going to get it to the 1618, which is 338% move to the upside. So this is a long-term play. It's a long play. It's the long play. So you can do this with every single coin, every altcoin, and if you do this and it's looking like this, hey, you bet your butt those institutions want that 1618. That's exactly where ETH is in that same scenario. Bitcoin's in that same scenario. We're all eyeing the 1618 in every single weekly chart. If you go to every single weekly chart, we are eyeing the 1618 from previous resistance from January going to the bottom. Look, I just did that fib and look at where my circle is, the 1618. $530 Ave. Okay, I'll even go to Cardano. Look at Cardano on the breakdown from here and then go to the bottom. Where's the 1618? Right exactly at this resistance point right here. $1.61, $1.60, $1.83. Go to Arbitrum. Same freaking thing. Here's the breakdown. Pull the fib to the bottom. Where's the 1618? Right there. That's all you need to know. That is all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. That is it. You don't have to have all these freaking indicators, all this stuff. I don't even have any indicators on right now. I have nothing on right now. All I did was pull a fib from the top to the bottom, and I've been given levels that the institutions have already eyed when it was at the bottom here. And if you see this W in a higher low, or in a higher low right here, then that is a very good sign. It's a very good sign. That's how I've been analyzing the markets with alts. If we're in a channel, great. Keep it in the channel, because then it's not going to pump and dump. It's just going to channel range. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. Same thing right here. Look, fib, pull it to the bottom. Where's the 1618? Crow already did it. Crow already did it. That's what's amazing. So here's an example of a coin that did it, but did it a little bit more violently, was Crow, because of the news. We had Trump. We had all the articles like Trump, massive investment into Crow. So we had a big pump on that. So yeah, that was a successful pump into the 1618. So I think, I guess, point I'm trying to make here is like, we have other coins that have yet to do that. So have yet to do that. This one we're eyeing, same level right here. That's that 1618, $2.21 for ENA, Athena. ETH BTC ratio got the rejection off the 618 that we were hoping for, because that just means nice healthy distribution between Bitcoin and ETH. I think the next level that we're going to be eyeing though for these particular ratios is the ratio range from the previous bull market, which was right here in 2021, and also the one in 2017. Once we get a BTC, ETH BTC ratio back in this range, where it is like, man, I bet we're going to be wanting to take some profits. This is where I think if you just measure the ratio going back here, you could do the same thing with XRP. So we go to the ratios, go to BTC ratio, you go to XRP to BTC ratio, and look at where the ratio was in the previous bull markets for altcoin seasons. So here, you know, you can see right here in these levels in October, November 2017, that was the peak. The ratio spiked up to 0.0002 for XRP to compared to Bitcoin. And so that is very interesting, because at that point you would had want to, at this point right here at the bottom, be buying XRP. And I bet right at this point in March 17th, that was when Bitcoin was pumping, because alts were kind of bleeding into Bitcoin out of the ratio. Probably the same with ETH. You know, ETH at that point too, you know, it kind of was bottomed out right here in 2017, right before it runs. And then there was the switchover happened, and Bitcoin whales were swapping into ETH. And that's where we got the ICO season. We got the ratio going up super high. And so I'm just waiting for these ratios, which have already signified that they bottomed out and that they're going to hit the next peaks of ratio, but it's just going to kind of chop. It's not going to be like a perfect like run to the upside. But if we just watch these ratios, we can kind of know when we should be taking profits in alts and then going back into Bitcoin again. Because if you look at these ratios, that's exactly what's happened, is that we've had opportunities to buy alts at the lows, and then we can sell some of the alts into Bitcoin, knowing that the ratio will eventually kind of do this. It could just be like an oscillating ratio metric. So it ends up doing something like this, you know. It just kind of goes like this, hits the resistance, it gets another resistance, and then it just, you know, who knows, it might just range going up, or it just creates this flow. I don't know. We just have to see, because we only have the previous altcoin seasons of 2017 and 2021 to go off of market structure with the ratios. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All you're doing is looking at when the ratios have bottomed and when we're going. So for instance, this is perfect. Look at the ratio for Dogecoin to BTC, and look at how, if you're buying Doge right now, look at the ratio of how much gain can happen. And look what happened last time when we had that ratio hit that channel and bottom out. It literally, the Doge BTC ratio went up 7,321%. Insane. So could we get even just half of that movement? That means Doge would be sitting at a over $100 billion market cap and being over $1, like $1.50. Like it would be insane. So yeah. Total cryptocurrency market cap. You should think that us going to even just 15 trillion, going to, you know, like 15 trillion is bearish. Like that's bearish. Like I'm more on the side that we're going to be eventually at $122 trillion overall cryptocurrency market cap. Because if you look at the asset market cap of real estate, oil, gold, the companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, look, these are all valued at the level of what the total cryptocurrency market cap is valued at as a whole. Nvidia is valued at 4.3 trillion, just one company. And where the whole cryptocurrency market cap value as a whole is only at 4 trillion. That should make you so freaking bullish. It should make you be extremely bullish. So, and to back that up, 2 growth engines are driving billions into US crypto adoption, says Chain Analysis. So tokenized money market funds surged from 2 billion to 7 billion in a year, offering on-chain yield-bearing gov-backed assets. And then with Bitcoin ETFs, US-listed BTC ETFs now hold 120 billion, giving mainstream investors easy crypto exposure. Then we have to mention the fact that the 401ks can now get exposure into Bitcoin. So this is huge. So crypto meets TradFi. Retail and institutional demand is booming. North America accounts for 26% of global crypto activity. Now imagine if we start getting 50% of global crypto activity happening in the United States. Crypto bags hopefully go up. And make sure you guys, if you haven't seen this video yet, repost it on X or repost it on whatever you would like. And then I want to remind you guys, patience is underrated completely. 100% underrated in crypto. It's the thing that's discouraged the most from a lot of influencers or KOLs or people that are in the space. I want to be the person that really rings this home, and hopefully I listen to it as well, is that we have to have more patience. We want to do the whole get rich quick, thing, and, be in the trench. And yes, it is possible, but at the end of the day, I think we will benefit by hodling long-term crypto assets, because that's what's really going to make the multiples over the next few years by doing nothing, by doing less, like just by buying and holding. It could change our lives. So patience is very underrated. Most people give up when the results aren't instant, and I see that happen firsthand in this industry. The reality is the best things in crypto and life happen slowly than all at once. It just sometimes it feels like a slow grind, and then it happens all at once. So really like that perspective. I really try and keep that perspective at heart for sure. Man, this thing's chopping around. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens with this one. All right, any more articles? Let's see. We had emerging TradFi and crypto. And this is actually the article from Crypto Potato. Shout out to Crypto Potato. The United States has secured the #2 spot in the Chain Analysis 2025 Adoption Index, catapulting North America as a crucial aspect in global crypto markets. So the region accounted for 26% of all transaction activity between July 2024 and June 2025, and total inflows reached 2.3 trillion. So that's amazing. So December 2024 saw a historic peak as 244 billion was received in a single month, driven by record-breaking stablecoin transfers. The blockchain data platform explained that the U.S. presidential election in November 2024 was a catalyst for this surge, obviously. So North America stands out not only for scale, but also for volatility, with a transaction growth swinging from a 35% drop in September to an 84% jump in November. Much of this is attributed to institutional strategies and trading patterns that amplify market movements. And then, so this is interesting. So Binance sees 9 consecutive days of BTC outflows. Are investors positioning ahead of FOMC? So this month's FOMC meeting could shape the price trajectory of cryptocurrencies and other risk assets in the coming months, as the Fed is expected to cut the rates. So Binance sees massive BTC outflows. One exchange that has recorded massive Bitcoin outflows in Binance. Typically, coins leaving exchanges signal a rise in buying pressure. On the other hand, selling pressure spikes when coins enter crypto trading platforms. So since BTC hit a low of 107,500 2 weeks ago, it has recovered and reclaimed the 117,000 level. The crypto quant analysis claimed that the movement of coins to and from exchanges has played a significant role in influencing Bitcoin's price fluctuations. So Binance alone has experienced outflows for 9 consecutive days. We were talking about this in the beginning of the live stream, how the outflows of ETH and Bitcoin out of exchanges is signaling a supply shock, a supply crunch. Bitcoin inflows to exchanges hit a 1-year low of 25,000, with the average deposit reducing by 50% compared to July figures. That means people are buying and they are taking it off and they are holding it in cold storage. Shout out to Treasure. Hit me up. You should sponsor the channel. compared to July figures. So since increased buying pressure is often a good catalyst for rallies, analysts believe the trend of outflows has significantly contributed to Bitcoin's bounce from that 108 level. So will the Fed cut the rates? As investors continue to position themselves, market experts anticipate the Feds to cut the rates during this FOMC meeting. Blockchain prediction Polymarket shows a 91% chance the Fed will implement a 25 basis point cut and 8% odds of the rates being slashed by 50 basis points or more. So this FOMC meeting could shape the price trajectory of cryptocurrencies and other risk assets in the coming months. If interest rates are cut as expected, borrowing becomes cheaper. American consumers have access to more liquidity. This credit usually flows into risk assets like Bitcoin, equities, and precious metals like gold and silver, which have been breaking out and breaking all-time highs. And so this is interesting. Although September has a reputation for bearing negative returns for Bitcoin in the past, the outcome of the FOMC meeting could change that if September does not experience a surge. October, which marks the beginning of the fourth quarter, has historically been seasonally positive for Bitcoin. In fact, analysts predict that BTC will experience its final leg of this bull run over the next 3 to 4 months. Now, there is where I feel like it's not the final leg. I don't think it's the final leg. I think it's going to run, it'll staircase again, and then it's going to go to the next damn staircase because the 4-year cycle's broken. I think the 4-year cycle's broken. The best way that you can know this is by pulling up the rainbow chart. Go to blockchaincenter.com, pull up the rainbow chart, and go down to the second chart here and look. 4-year cycle is broken. It's not there anymore. It's broken. There is no more 4-year cycle. We're being convinced that we should pay attention to a 4-year cycle. And although if you look at the total cryptocurrency market cap trajectory, I'm sorry, but like I'm going for 122 trillion. Like I don't give a crap about your cycles. I'm accumulating and I'm going to hold this damn thing. I'm going to hold crypto as long as I can. And you bet I'll be taking some profits on the way up, but I'm going to be holding crypto. I'm going to be holding crypto and I'm going to be creating crypto brands, creating crypto content, creating cool stuff that is implementing this awesome cutting edge technology. This is where the money's flowing. So this is where I want my head to be at. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. We love and appreciate every single one of you. If you guys want a shout out, please put a comment and I'll give you a shout out. Make sure you guys, if you really want to get direct shout outs, you can send a super chat and we will chart a coin if you want me to. I'll sing happy birthday to your boyfriend or girlfriend or something. I don't know. We'll do something fun if you want to send a super chat. And also if you want to become a member of the channel, we recently haven't had any new members sign up. So it'd be really cool if we got some new members of the channel. And the more members that we get, the more emojis that we can add to the collection, because we do have some really cool cheeky emojis that we like to post. So make sure you guys are considering doing those things, because it's actually pretty cheap. You know, it's cheaper than a freaking chocolate bar at this point. Now, you can't even get like a Twix or a Kit Kat for under $2 now. It's like $3.50, $4 for a chocolate bar. Can you believe it? Inflation's out of control. All right, let's see. How many people do we have watching across all platforms? Rate to go down. The rate to go down. Bitcoin. All right, how many people are watching on X? Okay, we got 39 people. But here's the thing. I never know if X is legit, if this is like actually how many people are watching. Because if there were... Okay, all right. So okay, cool. So you're watching here. GB's watching here. Yo. So that's one. Okay, that's one out of the 39. And then I know Headband was watching here, so that's one of them. But don't be shy. Don't be shy, because if you want to comment, I will see it. I can see what you're commenting on X, as you can see here, and it also will pop up on the screen. So please watch what you say. Oh my gosh. I bet. Oh man, they are gonna do it. They are doing it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna bring this thing down probably right before the FOMC, and then they bounce it from here. Those dirty people. All right, I think that's everything we wanted to cover today. There was a post from Richard Hart we wanted to read. It says, people buy absolute terrible trash all day, every day. They'll buy better stuff if only it's offered to them. Marketing works. If you're marketing to new folks, think about how long it took you when you were new between learning and buying. So Richard Hart is pointing out the fact that, I remember the learning curve for me, and it did lead me into different directions, and I've explained like why I ended up getting into XYO and different altcoins and stuff like that, because that was just what I used to learn. It might be the same with a big portion of the market that might end up learning about Pulse Chain through the marketing, through the devices, and it could work. But the only way that you're going to really like get exposure to it and know if it works is by buying. You just have to be an investor, and you're investing in the success of these ecosystems, and that's just the bet that you're taking. It doesn't matter what the hell you're investing in. You're betting on them just to continue to be successful and to not go to zero. And we're doing this with Bitcoin. We're doing this with stocks. We're doing it all with everything. So just wrap your head around that fact and believe in something. And if you are going to believe in crypto, pick your ecosystems and just double down and figure out how they work. Figure out when the best times these things have performed, and are they still here, and are they even moderately alive? Then you got a chance. Because guess what? Everything went down 100% or more after that Trump dump. After the Trump pump, everything went down. It wasn't just your altcoin or my altcoin or someone else's altcoin. It was everything went into the trash. So no one's immune to the volatility, but also we just want that volatility to the upside. And we're just all here betting that this is where money and liquidity that's being printed out of thin air is going to end up on chain. And we just want to be buying these assets before everyone else does. And we're going to be holding and taking profits on the way up. Code adoration, nice. Said they should admit they need Bitcoin to save them. 100%. They need the ticker Bitcoin. But look how creative the ticker Bitcoin community is. Like, look, how did you make this? I know you made it with AI, but which one did you use? And how fast did you make it? Because every time I try to make something that looks like this, it looks like garbage. And I say, try and put Sonic with the thing holding and with Obama, and it makes this terrible, terrible image. I'm probably just prompting it. I'm prompting it terribly wrong. You guys are expert prompters. Yo, we got Mike D in the house. Mike D, are you the one that's running the Bitcoin bar in the Bahamas? Or am I getting you mixed up with another Sproto? I think I might be getting you mixed up with another Sproto. Who's running the, that is you? No, okay. I'm getting, sorry. Spraddle, yeah, that's, okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's Spraddle. I think Spraddle follows me though too. Oh, Sprotel. Yeah, he does. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Spraddle Bitcoin has a Bitcoin bar, a ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Tininu bar in Nassau. Check it out. Now that's working for your bags, my friends. That is working for your bags. I love it. I would love to open up a, it's called Club Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Tininu. I would love to open up a Bitcoin arcade. That would be amazing. I think the aesthetic of ticker Bitcoin as an arcade, we could come together as a community and literally like make the coolest arcade ever. And we would have playing stations for Sega Dreamcast and the Sega Genesis and all the different like Sega Genesis Sonic aesthetic stuff. But it would be like a dope arcade. Guys, should we do this? Should we come together as a community? And we would be selling ticker Bitcoin merch inside the arcade as well. It would be like an in real life merch store. You could win tickers. You win tickers, and you can use the tickers to then buy merch inside the arcade. Yep, neon Sprotos on the wall. Yep, Sprotos. The business itself could have a treasury and a reserve of Sprotos. So then no matter what, like there's a set treasury of Sprotos and ticker Bitcoin like inside the business model. I mean, why not? This is what I'm freaking talking about, guys, about how you can take meme coins like this and create your own brand business around this thing. And the fact that there's these community members that would support it wholeheartedly, that this is just building momentum around creator capital markets. It would be super, super cool. This is getting my brain fired up. It's making me want to have a meeting with the Bitcoin devs and anyone in the ticker Bitcoin community that is rich. And so that we could all talk and we could get together. We could actually create this thing, man. Let's do it. Bitcoin arcade. Ticker Bitcoin arcade. Let's remind ourselves that money is printed out of thin air. And so for that fact, we should know that we can use the power of our thoughts, and not by manipulating our reality, but we are changing our reality to open up the rivers of abundance to flow into our direction, because we know the fact that the money is printed out of thin air. And if it is printed out of thin air, then why would we not be able to gain access to this liquidity that is printed out of thin air? Let's do it, my friends. Let's change our realities to start to open up the gates and the rivers of abundance to flow into our lives. This is what we need to happen, my friends. We need this to happen immediately. Let's do it. Okay. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in again. I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover. We've been yapping for almost 2 hours now. The FOMC meeting is coming up pretty soon. I was like, I don't know if I want to stream literally all the way until 2 o'clock. That means I would have to be streaming for another hour. And I've been literally yapping this entire time. You guys would just have to tell me, should I keep streaming or should I end it right now? I would have to go and get another coffee. That's the thing. If I kept streaming for another hour, I'd have to get another coffee and like I needed like get a walking treadmill. I think that's the thing that I need to get is the walking treadmill. If we're gonna be like doing these marathon streams, we just like Jason Casper style, walk with the weights. It's gonna dump, and then just start singing "It's Gonna Dump" with them. We're gonna pump song. Oh yeah, we let's see how many people voted on the poll. 18 votes on the poll today, and we had 56% people saying we're gonna pump. 44% said we gon' dump. So kind of half split, but more on the side that we're gonna pump. Have a little pumperoni pizza. But put a 1 in the chat if you want me to continue to live stream. If you want me to live stream the FOMC. I'll tell you what though, I really am. I'm excited on the algorithm finally picking up a little bit because, dude, I mean, for instance, like if you look at my videos, my most recent uploads, basically since a month ago, or I would say 2 months ago, I've just, the algorithm has just not liked these particular videos. I don't know if it's the title, the thumbnail, the way that I shared them. They just did not hit. I mean, look, 3 months ago, this one only got 70 views. This one got 64 views. 3 months ago, 78 views. This one did okay. Like the trading strategy that one got almost 300 views, but that was 2 months ago. And then this one, I thought for sure was going to do like really well, like where I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are going end of year. Simple title. This only got 312 views. And then there was this one where I was like, I think, or it was actually this one where I thought there's no way this one surely will get 1,000 views minimum. This was 3 weeks ago, and this one only got 124 views. And only
because
7 likes. So 3 weeks ago, this thing has only gotten 7 likes. I even did a nice intro.
Ethereum has done the
just did all the things that you would think that would catch people's interest, but they were like, no, sorry. And then this one, people like the walk and talk videos. Like, for instance, there's a niche going on right now of real estate people walking and talking about the real estate market. Those videos get thousands of views. I'm walking and talking about crypto. There's got to be people that would like to see that. I mean, I don't think they want to see me with my shirt off, but that's besides the freaking point. That only got 49 views. This was 3 weeks ago. Then this one, same walk and talk video talking about the Crow investment with Trump and all of that. That one only got 100 views. But these 3 days ago, the Pump Fund, stream or talking about Pump Fund. This was another walk and talk video. This one did a little bit better. This was 3 days ago, 147 views. The likes though are still only at 7 likes. I notice if it doesn't get more than 10 likes, the algorithm's like, nope, just doesn't want to push it. Then you can see that now. I'll show you the difference. Here's the difference when you hit the like button, you comment, and also do the things that I explained in the beginning of the live stream, how you can make those little micro adjustments of how you're actually sharing the video and uploading it and letting YouTube cook on your video. This one is, I posted yesterday. It has 262 views, so triple the amount that these have in just the first day. And it got 25 likes. Now, do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Now, big difference. Would it be worth me going through these videos and fixing, you know, maybe the way that the description is? Like, I don't know. Probably not. You know, at a point, videos when they hit, if it doesn't hit in the first like few days, most likely it's gonna get buried. It's literally just gonna get buried. And that's, I think, what happens with some of these videos. Is just like, if it doesn't like catch in that first like upload of the day, you might as well consider it dead. You know, you might as well just consider it dead. This one I really thought was going to hit. This was 5 months ago, a 2025 Solana price prediction video, pretty evergreen, only 172 views.
Is Solana price prediction video.
But you do what you have to do. You continue to grind and you make adjustments and you just don't quit. That's the whole thing, is that, like that person said here, you know, most people quit. Most people give up when the results aren't instant, and that's going to be always your edge, is outlasting everyone. You need to be the person that is going to outlast all the capitulations, all the downturns, all the thing where you feel like you're hitting a wall. Like, if you can last through that, you will be so freaking successful, because you are showing God, the universe, the energy, like that you are strong, that you are willing to receive the reward at the end of this. That's, I think, what it is. It's like you are willing to go through these times to get to that point, to get to the success, the renewed optimism and persistence in whatever you're doing. That's the money right there. And it's just like with crypto investing. We're just in it. Like, think about the people that invested in Bitcoin in the early days, and they stuck with it long enough through all of the funerals that Bitcoin has had, where people said Bitcoin's dead, it's never coming back, it's going to zero. And imagine being that person that has to go through that, and you hold, and you are going to just ignore all of that. Just imagine. That's just life-changing money, liquidity, man. Life-changing. You know, people make, you know, give Carl the Moon and MM Crypto and Da Vinci, you know, people like that, they give them a hard time, and I don't understand why. Honestly, I think they're just jealous, because here's the raw facts. They believed in Bitcoin and were bullish Bitcoin when a lot of people were super bearish. And they were doubling down on buying Bitcoin and accumulating more Bitcoin. And that's mainly been most of their portfolio, was 80% to 90% Bitcoin, and then some exposure into altcoins. And look at the liquidity that they have access to now. It's pretty substantial. But it's been over the past 5-6 years with MM Crypto and with Carl, or 6-7 years. But then with Da Vinci was even longer, 13 years, where he was convicted and had conviction. You know, he wasn't convicted of a crime, only for you know, being bullish Bitcoin and telling people to buy Bitcoin. But yeah, that long-term view definitely outweighs the short-term mindset of trying to, you know, time the markets. Rate cut. We're like, cut. Rate cut. But see, I'm not the only one that does no shirt videos. Like Crypto does his no shirt walk videos. So it's not just me. Oh, Cash Patel, is he getting grilled?
Republicans and Democrats. And you can understand, I think, given your role, given the nature of the position that you hold as the leader of the largest law enforcement agency in our country, that divesting entirely, not doing day trading now, I think would be something that would be in the interest of the American people. So I just would hope you would consider that, and that moving forward, that perhaps not purchasing stocks in individual companies, I would think would be something that would be worth pursuing.
Gentleman's time is...
I'm happy to give the witness an opportunity to answer.
Thank you. I'll work with you on it.
Gentleman from Alabama is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. Newly declassified documents confirm that the intelligence community under President Barack Obama knowingly relied on unverified and fraudulent evidence to manufacture a false claim that Russia, in fact, meddled in the 2016 election. Is there more to be done to uncover the depths and origins of the Russian collusion hoax?
There is, and we're doing it.
Why should Americans still care about that, Director Patel?
Everybody wants to talk about a weaponized bureaucracy. And when we put out the facts about a weaponized bureaucracy, not because I said so, but because we found the FISA documents, because we found the 302s and the 1023s, then it becomes a political football. My job is to continue to put out that information and let the American public read it for themselves when I'm lawfully able to do so. And that's been my commitment on any subject, Russiagate or otherwise. Wherever the law allows me to do it, I will do it.
You know, when I first came in 2020, the number one concern as I was doing town halls was the weaponization of the government against the American citizen. And so are there things that you're doing, structural reforms that implementing so that the FBI cannot be weaponized again, whether it's against President Trump or future elected presidents?
It shouldn't be weaponized against anyone. And the structural reform is simple. If you're going to go after a political individual or someone seeking political office, there has to be a grounded basis in law and fact to open up a criminal investigation. And if there's not, the investigation isn't even open.
That's happening right now. Let's see. Trade Intuition is live.
And I've been looking at this one forever in a day. At least I thought. Oh, we were doing it over here. So this is our thought process. Our thought process at this time was here we're having a bunch of support resistance.
He's looking at sand. He's looking at sand. It's funny. Yeah, I was like, Trade Intuition. I was also, I always have sand in my list because I always want to have a dial on the two most popular metaverse tokens that pumped in the last bull run. Sand and then Mana being Decentraland. Why wasn't this should have been on in my list. I had it in here a while ago, so let me see if I can add it. Let me add it to crypto. That's weird. Where's my large cap crypto list? Is it already on here? Oh, because I haven't paid my bill. Man, they're not letting me do crap. Okay, yeah, so Mana. Yeah, I know, Mana. Yeah, Decentraland. I know. It's like I wonder, so sand versus Mana, they kind of look the same. They're basically the same. Like if you were to compare them both together, it's like the same chart. Go Mana, same percentage scale, and wait, no, I don't want to do it like that. I want to add it and then just do. Yeah, they basically look the same. Same, like very similar price action. Metaverse. Yeah, like if you want to buy the bottom of the metaverse, this is it. If If you want to buy the bottom of the metaverse, this is it. Sand and mana for sure. And then Ray against Soul. So do you see how when these dex tokens follow Soul, we're just gonna, we're basically, trying to we want to be front running purchasing DCA in these things, We're hoping. So yeah, if they are gonna push this market into some, let's go to the hourly. We got a level here. 117, 118 is where a lot of liquidation. I should probably go to the 4 hours where we're gonna get a little bit more of that data. Yeah. This is where I think we could get a crush up after the FOMC. See what that looks like. 141% move to the upside if we get that move. Not too bad. What's Ansem streaming about?
They would take this trade. I can see it.
Oh, he's talking about AVAX.
TA on Ansem.
Yep, we were just charting AVAX just a little bit ago. We were just charting AVAX just a little bit ago. Very similar TA. Well, all right, my friends. I'm going to go ahead and I think in the stream, there's going to be like 1,000 different streams happening right now trying to cover the FOMC, and I really don't know if I want to be in that saturation of live streams because I've already been live streaming for the past 2 hours. 2 hours right on the dot now, to be exact. I either keep streaming right up until 2 o'clock and we just farm, we farm viewers, or we end it. What do you say? I don't know. So look, Blockchain Basement, they're streaming. Let's see who else is streaming. We got My Crypto Journey. Alexo Crypto still streaming. Then we got Trade Intuition. That Martini guy's streaming. The Moon Show is going to be streaming at 1:45. Discover Crypto streaming right now. Let's see. It was Jason. Let's see. Jason Casper. Shout out to Jason Casper. All right, so he's got 203 people waiting for his live stream that's going to start at 1:15. Yeah. And see, look, I got 4 people in here right now. I'm going to end it, my friends. You guys go watch all these other people. You guys go watch these other people. I'm going to go eat and take a walk, go get some sun, and then maybe we'll come back. But really, I want to show my gratitude and appreciation to you guys again. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, supporting this live stream. Just do me a favor before you leave, hit that like button and ding the bell, click all. And let's get this up to 20 likes before we end it. That'd be super cool. We get it up to 20 likes. And just make sure you're clicking the bell right there. You click the bell to be notified. That helps the algorithm as well. And leave a comment on this live stream as well. And make sure you go and watch my most recent videos. Maybe even just the past, 4 videos right here, 4 or 5 videos. Hit the like button on those, comment, and let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts on all these different topics that we talk about. We cover a lot of different things. Like, I think it's some good chats that we have in these videos. So again, thank you. Check out all the links in the description as well of this video. We are directly promoting our favorite things that we like to use on a daily basis. The platform that you saw today was PHEMEX. So if you're wanting to get some trading exposure on PHEMEX and get some fat, juicy bonuses, sign up with my link. You can check out the link right here. And then also crypto.com, because of the level that I am at right now, I'm at a VIP level. If you sign up with my link, you are going to get more of a bonus with my link because I'm a VIP. So make sure you're checking that out. If you haven't downloaded crypto.com yet, check it out. Lots of stuff that you can test on there. And that's it, my friends. Again, thank you. And continue to be in the crypto Bitcoin battle of being bullish. As you see, have your Bitcoin shield and be ready to armor up. All right, my friends. Peace.
Hey everyone. I just wanted to show you a really quick metric that I found fascinating. So 41% of the people that have been watching this channel and actually liking the channel and the content have not subscribed. 41% of you, but I will say 58% of you subscribed. Amazing. You guys are doing awesome. But I want to say that the people that are not subscribed yet, please, won't you consider subscribing to the channel and joining the Dojo crew, where we are educating ourselves. We're in the markets every single day. We're live streaming Monday through Friday, and we're also posting content on a daily basis that is keeping up with these cryptocurrency markets. And this is where the money is flowing right now, guys. So if you want to get these updates and you want to be ahead of the game, I suggest you start subscribing and dinging the bell to be notified whenever I go live and post content, because you do not want to miss it.
I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.